Alright, so I just showed you how to do some manipulation of the images using the CSS styles. But some of you are probably going to go, well, hang on a minute, I've got all these like text that I want to change, I want to do major changes to them and stuff like that. Well, you can, because I've shown you, you can work in the areas, like you can say, all right, well, this one is the tag image, this content is right here, and we can do some changes for that, so you can look at the container or wrapper or whatever. But what if you wanted to change text? Well, it's really, really easy, because this one here says, like, it's inside the div ID of container. The word is Hawaii, and it's a H1. Now, you should have done HTML H1. And what you can find is, of course, like I said, if you go to the layout, you will find things like that appearing up here. So a lot of the time, see, there's header H1. The text is font size 36, and that's pretty much what they're doing. And there's a few other things in here. What if you wanted to make some really good structural changes to this? Like, let's say, for example, I don't like this gray. And what would be really nice was maybe I want to keep it in line with this image, and it's got like greens and it's got white and stuff. So what if I just went, all right, let's keep this really simple? Well, there's a couple of ways you can do it. Maybe I want to go and highlight that word. And if I go to the CSS down here, I can actually do some changes. You can see there's its color and stuff like that. Or if I wanted to, I can just double click on this, and it comes up with all the rules for my div wrapper H1, H2, blah, 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 blah. Now, sometimes you want to make some big changes like that, right? So you might want to go there, might want to go there, change the background color. You might want to change the borders or whatever. But if you just want to do some simple stuff, which I recommend, you only keep it to a very simple. If you want to just change, for example, the color, and go over to here, and you'll see that that's changed that now to this, and we'll click off. You can see that that's changed it to a different color. Now, this is the hexadecimal number for white, so I'm going to just make it hexadecimal white, and that way then, oh no, I made it black. Oops, just undo that. Just go back and say, yeah, I want you as the whitewash. There we go. And then, of course, I can do that for these ones as well. And by the way, remember that if you do this, it'll do it to everything. So I can then go and see what the changes are. And I reckon white is the go for the lettering. It's just going to be a little bit better effective. And you'll see that this change is called top navigation hover. Now, I just want to show you this. If I preview this in Chrome, yeah, so it's been all right, and I go to this, all that's been changed to white, but I've got this butt ugly yellow, and I hate that. And these haven't been changed yet, but I'll fix that up in a sec. Once you make the change, you'll notice if I go back here, all of it changes because the CSS rule has changed. So if I don't like it, I can change all of it at once, and I think it's good for consistency to be able to do that. So then what we do is, see that yellow? That yellow is inside one of the CSS rules, and it's only a matter of finding where it is. So I tend to just click on this one, and I think if I scroll up, I'll start to see some changes. Oh no, maybe I scroll down. Oops. The text has a color in it, and I want it gone. Oh, you cheeky bugger. So I did see it before. I don't know why I haven't seen it yet, but there is a change. The rule is, I can edit the rule if I want to, or create the new rule. But let's just have a look and see the footer. No, it's not there. It is called something. I read it before and I went, right, I want to change that because I don't like the yellow. Background color. The cover hover. Let's have a look. Ah, here it is. Okay, so what I did was I double clicked on it, and I've been teaching you to do that, and of course I didn't do it. So what color would I use? Well, maybe I use the sky in that image. Oh, it didn't like that. I'll do it again. No, it doesn't like that one. Okay, let's use something like a pretty blue. Okay, and we apply that. that's going to apply that to that rule. So if we go to our Chrome and we, oh, you naughty apple pie. Oh, I've got to do it to all of them actually, because that one will be the active one. So if I go back here, I've got to do it to all of them, and then it will apply. So that's how you do some manipulation changes of the color. So you double click on it. Come on. It's really cooking today. And it's gone to that. I have to choose the font family, and that's the one that I have to find. So its font family is, oh, go up here, and it's Georgia. So if we go to that, yeah, it's got that color in it, and then I can change that one in its background or whatever. So I'll fix it up and get it sorted so that you can see what I mean. But in the meantime, I'm probably wasting your time watching this, but that's how you do those changes. And the same when it goes to like changing the size of fonts and stuff like that. So you can see if I look at that, it's got position hover static. That means it doesn't move. And if we scroll up here, it's got the font size is 14. The text align is left, so it's actually going to be across that left. But this is a box called Top Nav Li Hover, and I can actually set the properties of that, or I can click on it like this, that, double click on it, and just see what comes up when I do that. So I've got all these things. I've got all these different manipulation stuff. So there's a lot of changes you can make. And like I said, I don't tend to like making majorly structured changes with that. So it's okay to change the source code stuff. You know, like I notice here it's got all this garbage in the footer. So I don't really want that. So I'm just going to leave the footer div tag and the wrapper col 5. That stands for column 5. I'm going to just delete all the information that's in it. So this page is getting very simple, as you can see. And of course, it's now got that moved, and I've breached copyright now, so I'm going to be shot and I'm going to die. But anyway, who cares?